Right now, the United Kingdom's government is staring down a massive crisis of confidence, and it all seems to circle back to one name: Mandelson. A scandal is breaking wide open that's raising questions not just about a single politician, but about who is actually running the country. So let's break down what's really going on.
Wow. I mean, it is not every day you hear a statement this blunt, especially from a major political leader. The Conservative Party leader, Kemi Badenoch, has just come out and said, Britain is not being governed. Those aren't just empty words or typical political spin. That is a direct accusation that the state itself is failing, and it's sending absolute shockwaves through Westminster.
And yeah, that single sentence, just dropped at a press conference, has lit the fuse on a political firestorm. This is way more than just political gamesmanship. It's a claim that has put the entire British political system under a microscope, and it's forcing everybody to ask some really uncomfortable questions. Okay, so let's get right to the heart of it. At the center of this whole storm is a figure named Lord Mandelson. Who is he, and what's the immediate fallout from all these allegations?
Well, the consequences have come fast and they've hit hard. Lord Mandelson has already resigned from the House of Lords. He's been branded in the press as clearly a wrong 'un. The Liberal Democrats are now pushing hard for a full public inquiry, and you've even got prominent figures like Nigel Farage weighing in. So the pressure is just immense, and it's coming from every single direction.
But here's where the story gets, well, a lot more complicated. This goes way beyond the alleged misconduct of one politician. The way this is all being reported hints at a connection to a much darker, globally infamous controversy. And that changes everything. And this is the part that honestly takes a really disturbing turn. You see, the reporting on the Mandelson scandal isn't happening in a vacuum. It's being presented right alongside headlines from the Jeffrey Epstein case, a name we all know. And look at this. This juxtaposition is almost certainly not an accident. On one side, you have the Mandelson headlines. He quits. There's a call for an inquiry. Farage is talking about it. Then, right next to them, reports about Prince Edward being questioned, a university removing a bust over its ties to Epstein, the Bank of England chief reacting to the Epstein files. The source material is basically forcing us to ask, what is the connection here? Is this just a coincidence, or is there something much more going on beneath the surface? So, as you can probably guess, this is no longer a contained issue. The scandal is now creating these massive political shockwaves, and they're hitting every major party and shaking up the leadership across the entire political spectrum. And you can see the fallout laid out right here. You've got the Tory leader, Kemi Badenoch, declaring a full-on crisis of governance. The Lib Dems are demanding official action, Nigel Farage is getting involved, and maybe most critically, it's raising serious questions about the authority of the Labour leader, Keir Starmer himself. So, when you put all of this together, what you're really looking at isn't just one scandal anymore. It's a profound crisis of authority, of trust, right at the very top of British politics. And this headline really just says it all, doesn't it? It gets to the very heart of the political damage. This scandal is now being used to directly challenge the leadership of the opposition. When a story has the power to do that, you know it's exposed a very deep political vulnerability. And that leaves us with a final and pretty sobering thought. This isn't just about politicians and what's in the headlines. When the public starts to seriously doubt whether their country is even being governed, and when leadership is being questioned this openly, the consequences, the aftershocks, they affect the entire nation. The real question isn't just about one man's career anymore. It's whether the whole system is cracking under the pressure.